Hey, Exoticals, it's your girl back with another Exotical rant. You know what I was thinking about? You really want to know? I was thinking about how to avoid broken men, part one. What is a broken man? I define a broken man as a man without a plan or direction. He's just willing it day to day, doing his own thing. No real clear direction or plan, just in kind of survival mode. Also, a man who leans on women for upward mobility, like finances, a place to stay, a vehicle, transportation. His basic needs, he's leaning on a woman to provide that for him. Like, hey, babe, can I use your car? I got to run to the store or I got to go to work. Let me use your car while you're at work. You know, those type of guys. A man who has unaddressed trauma from childhood and refuses to seek therapy or help or work on themselves in any way. They just keep they keep making excuses for themselves. Well, this happened to me when I was 10. That's why I act like this. No real self accountability. Okay, number 4, a man who resents women because he has been given the natural leadership and responsibility to guide and lead women and children or his family into prosperity or poverty. So he resents women. He does not like that. As a man, he has been basically, especially in a traditional sense, ordained by God to lead his women and children into prosperity or poverty. He does not like that responsibility, and he resents women, especially for looking at him to do anything, you know? And how do we avoid these broken men? Everybody wants to know, how do I avoid these broken men? Why are we talking about this topic? Good question. Most women don't or can't identify broken men because they can't identify them because they have never or rarely encountered a healthy man seeking to provide, protect, and provide provision over their lives and their children's lives. They don't know how to really detect the signs until they're knee deep in it, and it's kind of too late, or it's gonna cause a lot of problems for them to get rid of this guy. Okay, let's get right into it. How do I avoid a broken man? I would say number 1, don't deal or date men that have multiple baby mamas and they're always talking badly about them after dealing with them, having children with them, living with them. You soon will become that bitter bitch he complains about because he has to pay child support or provide for his children. Usually when men have very negative things to say about women, it's really across the board. You can become that bitch at any time. Anytime you disagree with him, have any type of just conflict, he considers you a bitch or you're bitter or you're this or that. He does not have a healthy relationship with himself or women. You want to not deal with these men in any capacity, dating, friendship, acquaintance, if possible. You want to avoid these type of men. They can become very dangerous. Number 2, how do I avoid a broken man? Only date, marry, or engage in activities with men who have a positive image of women in their lives. If a guy is always, all the women close to him, he has a beef with. He's disrespectful to his mother, sister, aunts, or anybody that's in his close proximity. He does not have a good view of them. He considers them hoes, bees, thoughts. He refers to women as, these modern women. He has a very negative image of women, and you just need to not engage in any activity with him, because you will soon become like, he already has that image in his head, and he will perpetuate that image onto you and whatever dealings you have with him. Number 3, only deal with men who are natural givers and want to provide and protect. Okay, ladies, I actually just came. This just came to me. I actually was thinking about number two, only dating married men who have positive images of women in their lives. Let's go back to number two. I was thinking about this one because I remember working a customer service job one time, and I would encounter a lot of men. One guy came up to me and like was trying to talk to me. Always, he was like just trying to talk to me really hard. I was not interested at all, was not feeling him. He was telling me he was new to my city. I did not want to be his tour guide. I do not like to show people around the city. I like men who already know the good spots and take me on an adventure, not the other way around. So I was not interested in dating him. And from jump, I did not like his vibe. From jump, he was talking negatively about his mother, about how she was a single mom. She had him. She kind of had him anyway, even though his dad didn't even want him. He was mad that she chose to keep him, basically. It was a very weird conversation. I did not even hardly know him. And from jump, just the image, the way he talked about his mother was very negative. He told me, like, I really avoid her conversations. I avoid contact with her. She's elderly now, and I make sure I don't call her for her birthday or Christmas. He was very mean spirited to this woman that took care of him, seems like in a good way, provided him with education and whatnot, but he really did not like this woman. So initially I stayed away from him because he already had initially a very negative image of his mother in his head, and he would tell me about how bad she was, even though things that he was saying was not even that bad. She got pregnant by your dad. She decided to keep the baby. Your dad didn't want to have anything to do with her or you. That was his decision. He got mad at her because in childhood she once slapped him because he was not listening. And he brought that up to me, which I thought was very weird since he was a man in his late 30s or 40s. It was very odd for him to be telling me these stories. So that's just a little inkling story time to tell you about men that don't have a positive image of women in their lives, especially women that are close to them. That is a severe red flag. And number three, he wasn't a natural giver or provider or protector. I could already tell by the way he was talking to me, and he would suggest dates like a hike. Why would I go hiking with a stranger? That is not a typical first date. And we met in the city. So I'm like, why would I want to go hiking with you? So I was like, no. I was like, I just don't like to do that kind of thing. I like to go to upscale restaurants, shop, and do stuff like that on the first date. And so that immediately turned him off. So he stopped trying to talk to me, and I was so happy. But he did try to initiate conversation a couple more times when he did see me, unfortunately. Number four, how to avoid these broken men. Only deal with men that are in a positive place in their lives. Because if they're not fully satisfied, they will knowingly or unknowingly take that stress and drama out on you. Um, just to go back into the story time, that guy, like, he was not in a happy place in his life. He had not dealt with his childhood, his mother, or whatever trauma he felt like he was dealing with. So he was always talking about it, and he was a Debbie Downer, to say the least. So girls, you don't want to deal with a man that's not in a positive place in his life. Another example, if he's in jail, if he's in and out of jail, if he's always in some type of drama, if he's in a gang, like just crazy stuff that he has going on. If people are always looking for him, the police or just people are always looking to do something to him, that type of drama will fester down to you if you are known to deal with this type of man. You will become a casualty of war. So don't deal with men that are not in a positive place in their lives. Okay, number five, only deal with men who are financially stable and have more than you at some level economically and mentally. You don't want to deal with a man that needs you to provide his basic needs, housing, car, food. You don't want to be with a guy that's depending on you for rent, mortgage, car notes, rides, money, like food. Like, this guy is not the kind of man that you want to deal with. He's a broken man. He can't even provide for his basic needs for himself, much less for a woman or a child. So you don't really need to be dealing with him because he is not responsible or even capable enough to to take care of himself. Number 6, how to avoid these broken men. Only deal with men who are willing and able to be emotionally available to you. You don't want to deal with men that are like dealing with a lot of trauma mentally. That is a very place to be at, to be vulnerable around a man who is not emotionally available or emotionally mature enough to handle a relationship. No telling what he'll do or what he won't do. Number 7, ladies, a broken man. An easy way to identify a broken man, just like the story time I just told you, listen to when a man tells you or shows you who they are the first time. A lot of time people will just naturally in conversation tell you who they are. I like a lot of women. I like to do this. I like to do that. Listen to his words and his actions. A lot of times people will be very honest with you when they first meet you and tell you who they are. I've messed with a lot of women. I've done a lot of women wrong. I have a lot of baby mamas. They will naturally tell you these things. And unless you want to be his next baby mama or next victim, I would definitely stay away from these type of men. Number 8, men who deal with men whose actions aligns with their words. Like if they say they're going to do something, they do it. Unless there's like a something unusual happens, like, something out of his control, like somebody shoots up his workplace, he's there for you. You know what I'm saying? Like, something that's tragic, you know what I'm saying? But if it's like on a regular basis, 9 times out of 10, he's definitely going to come through for you because he values you. He values your relationship, and his word is bond. Number 9, how to avoid these broken men. Only deal with men who make you a priority, not an option. If you are a priority to a man, he's definitely going to keep his word. He's definitely going to do what he says, and his words are going to align with his actions, and he's going to be emotionally available to you and physically available to you. Let's go into number 10. Only deal with a man that has purpose, goals, and self-motivation. This is a way to really avoid a lot of broken men because you're only dealing with men that are living in their purpose, they're focused on their goals, and they have self-motivation. They don't need you, they don't need anybody to motivate them. They are self-motivated men. They know what it takes to get what they want, and they don't mind doing the work. They don't need you or your help to do that work. Get it? Got it? Good. Ladies, let's go into it. Okay, ladies, I just went over 10 things talking about what to avoid in broken men. Okay, let's now focus on what should I look for in a healthy man? What are some characteristics I should look for in a healthy, capable man? Let's focus on that now. Number 1, character. His word is bond. It's certain things he will and will not do because he has morals, values, and definitely character. Number 2, he is respectful. He's respectful of himself. He's respectful of you. He's respectful of his body, your body, and he's practicing a level of respect that makes you respect him automatically. Does that make sense? Because the way he carries himself. Number 3, he's kind. A healthy man in a healthy place in his life does not mind showing kindness to women and children. That's like a telltale sign. Number 4, he's accountable. He's not looking for a way out of responsibility. He's very accountable he's accountable at work, at home, and wherever else he goes. Number 5, he doesn't mind responsibility. He welcomes responsibility. Number 6, he has wisdom. He may not know everything, but he has general wisdom or wisdom in specific subjects that not only help him, but also assist you as well. He is a man that is seeking knowledge, and in that knowledge and experience, he has wisdom to bestow upon you and himself. Number 7, he has empathy. He may not have gone through what you have gone through, but he understands and can put himself in your situation as a woman, as you know, just as a person, as anybody. He can understand where you're coming from when you're going through hardships, even if he may have not experienced those. Okay, ladies, let's jump into the next phase of how to avoid toxic men. Or not even toxic, broken. Like sometimes they can be toxic as well. But broken men. We're places to avoid them. Places that you don't really need to be at. Places to not meet men at. Especially a lot of broken men flock to these places. Let's get right into it. A lot of broken men flock to gas stations, liquor stores, corner stores. They flock to these places and disenfranchised neighborhoods and clubs. Um, they flock to these locations because they're looking for liquor, highly processed foods, and sometimes low level prostitutes. So you don't want to be going to these places, especially at night. I know you can't avoid a gas station if you need gas, but you don't want to be going to gas stations at night, liquor stores at night, corner stores at night, going into disenfranchised neighborhoods in clubs at night. You don't want to be trying to like go to those places and meet men there. There are going to be a lot of broken men in those places. They're usually alcoholics, former drug users, and addicts. You don't want to go to those places and try to meet men. A lot of times nowadays they're scammers. So you want to try your best to avoid these places at night and just in general, except the gas station. You would have to go to the gas station at some point if you have a vehicle and you don't have a husband or boyfriend or sugar daddy that's filling up your vehicle. You might have, or a dad that's doing it for you. You might have to go to the gas station. But in general, I would avoid these places at night, especially at night, and just in general, I would avoid these places, especially the liquor stores, corner stores, disenfranchised neighborhoods and clubs. I would not go to these places to meet men. It's just not viable. It's just not a good place to be at, you know? Okay, you're saying, okay, you exotical rants, you went over where the places not to go. Where should I be going? Where are good places to meet healthy men? Number one, school, universities. Any university centers are like the best place to meet if you're a young woman, or even if you're a woman up until any age woman. You can go to universities. It's always people there going back to get certifications, businessmen that have to get recertified for their careers. You always will meet decent men around university centers because they are trying to get to their goals or make sure they maintain their goals by getting recertified in a lot of areas for their careers. Number two, activities during the day, going to the gym or going to other places like even painting or something or sculpting. Going to activities, you usually meet a good variety of people that are interested in those hobbies, and you guys naturally have something in common. Number three, upscale bars. Upscale bars are always a good place to meet affluent men, especially during their lunch hour. So don't be afraid to go out during the day, during the lunch hour. Okay, number four, networking meetings or like real estate seminars, doctors seminars, lawyers, etc. Like places that men are going to gain knowledge. Go there. Like, even if you're not interested, bring a little notepad, bring a phone or a little iPad and just go there. And naturally you will meet men. I've went to these events as a married woman and I've met men that actually have helped me in my career. So you never know who you'll meet there. Like, you'll meet men, and a lot of times men value women that take care of themselves. So if you naturally are a beautiful woman that takes care of herself, they naturally flock to you. They were flocking to me so fast when I went to this one little seminar. It was like kind of funny. Like, my hubby was kind of getting jealous. It was so funny though. But they were flocking to me because I was looking good. I was well put together. I had my hair put together. I was looking good, but I'm always seeking to look better. But we'll get into that. Number 5, malls during the day. Like, you want to go to the mall during the day, maybe take a day off during the week and just go walk around the mall. You'll be surprised who you meet. Like, you'll meet men that are naturally that have their stuff together. That's why they're at the mall during the day when everybody's at work, because they have the leisure, and they have the time to go to the mall when not a lot of people are there because they are more affluent. Coffee shops, upscale, like coffee shops in nice neighborhoods. That's another way to meet great, a place to meet healthy men at coffee shops. Okay, nice grocery stores like Whole Foods, like Sprouts, like even Ralph's if you're in like the West Coast, Ralph's. Um, it just like little like nice like like nice places, nice grocery stores, or even like farmers markets. I definitely really like Whole Foods. So but you just go to different locations. You don't have to always go to the same location of grocery stores. And when you do your what do you call it, errands. Okay, number 8, the business district during the day. That was a tongue twister. The business district during the day. Definitely go there to meet a lot of healthy men. There always are men there that are there. That's the business district in your city, especially if you stay in a major city, or if you're close to a major city. Go to the business district during the day. Sit in a coffee shop, take notes, just sit there and look beautiful. Don't look too overdone, but just look naturally beautiful. Have something feminine on, maybe a dress or a nice color. Nothing overt, but just something very soft, and men will naturally flock to you. But those are just really great places to go, to meet like really healthy minded men, and just get into your feminine. Okay, let's go into tips. How to avoid these broken men. One tip I would say to avoid a broken man would be stop trying to fix a man. If his mother couldn't do it, sweetheart, you can't. And don't even try, because it's usually a waste of time. Number 2, stop trying to make every man you date your project. Let him build himself up and like get stuff for himself, and you see how he can manage by himself. That will be a game changer as well. So you can see what he is capable of on his own. Number 3, stop trying to be the man in the relationship. You're trying to help him provide. You're trying to take too much on your shoulders, and you can't even be in your feminine. Let him assist you. Rest in your feminine. Let him lead, provide, and guide. Rest in your feminine. Trust me, as a beautiful woman, you will definitely appreciate being in your feminine, being a happy, healthy woman. You will definitely appreciate that, because that will give you the energy to really work on yourself and things that you may not even have been given by the women in your family that you need to build yourself up on, whether it's healthcare, whether it's working out, physical, emotional, growing out your hair, or just getting healthier hair and a healthier appearance. So just let the man do that. Let him lead, guide, and provide. So another tip. This is my favorite tip to give. And I mean, Kevin Samuels was kind of controversial, but he had some good points. The best point that I got from him was stay fit, feminine, and friendly. If you're in your feminine, it's easy to stay fit, feminine, and friendly when you're in your feminine. But when you're taking on men's problems, it's very hard to stay fit and feminine and friendly. So stay fit, feminine, and friendly, ladies. Don't deal with these broken men. Try to always go for the healthy men, and just be okay with saying I'm too good for this, or be okay with saying this does not serve me. It's not even like a ego thing. It's just saying, hey, this does not serve me. I'm not going to do it. I wish you the best. And when you reject a guy, especially if it's in person over the phone, If you have to, you know, vocally reject a guy, do it with kindness. Be like, I am so sorry. Right now, I am not dating. I've told many guys that, oh, I'm sorry, I'm so sorry. Right now, I'm not dating, or I'm not interested. Right now, I'm working on myself. And a lot of men, whether they're affluent or not, will respect that. Because you didn't try to embarrass them, you didn't get an attitude with them. You just said, I'm sorry, I'm really working on myself right now. I'm not interested in getting to know anybody. You said that very respectfully, very humbly, and you were very direct in a non-offensive way. A lot of men will respect that. I have told many men, I am so sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm actually married. So I cannot take your number. I cannot get to know you. But thank you so much for considering me, or thinking that or saying or thinking that I am beautiful. I definitely do appreciate that. And a lot of times men will naturally, I've had men buy all of my stuff at a store just because I let them down in such a respectful way. It's really funny because most men, they get rejected a lot, but it's the way you let them down is the response sometimes you'll get from them. I'm so sorry. Thank you for thinking I'm beautiful. I do appreciate that. And you are very attractive as well. But right now I'm married, or I'm dating someone, or I'm not ready to really get to know anybody right now. I'm trying to work on myself. So ladies, it's all in your words and how you relate stuff to people. But never feel like you have to deal with a broken man, whether you are a baby mama, you have a lot of problems, you are overweight and working on yourself. It doesn't matter what place you are in. You don't have to bear the brunt of dealing with a broken man. You do not have to do that. As a woman, you don't have to do that. As an exotical, as a mixed race black woman, biracial woman, whatever, you don't have to bear the brunt of society, of the problems of society. You are a woman and you can stay in your feminine, and that is what is going to maintain you. You making sure you take care of your womanhood. And that, a quick tidbit, that's one of the things I've always maintained about myself, no matter if I was going through hard times, difficult times, challenging times. I maintained my feminine. I knew when to say, I'm sorry, I cannot accept that. I cannot accept toxicity. I cannot accept brokenness. I cannot accept a man without a plan, no matter what I'm going through. I'd rather just not date, because I'm not going to allow a man to come in my life and make things harder for me. One thing my mom always told me is a man can either help you or hurt you. You decide. And that was like the best advice I have ever gotten in life, that a man can either help you or hurt you, but it's your decision. So get with men that can help you, not hurt you. And it doesn't even have to deal with finances, just emotionally, physically. Don't deal with men that are not safe. They are making their lives harder. So inevitably, they will make your life harder. Ladies, we are worth so much more. You have to really protect your womanhood, especially in a society that tries to put the brunt of society on us women of color. They try to tell us that we have to be strong black women. They tell us that we always have to be working or doing something to benefit somebody else. You do not have to do that. And I have rejected that. Even as a young woman, I rejected that. And I've had people hate on me. And I also had people congratulate me for my wisdom and knowing when to say, I am not available to work for you. I am working on myself and things that fill me up. And until I get to a point where I have enough for somebody else, I am not at liberty to give out anything. You have to be honest with yourself. Do you want to relax in your feminine, or do you want to be the mule of society? And dealing with broken men, you will inevitably end up being the mule of society. And that's just facts. So ladies, tell me what you think in the comments. Did I hit the nail on did I hit the nail on the head? Did I hit all the points? Did I miss anything? Let me know in the comments, ladies. Like and subscribe, and have a great day. Bye, ladies.